Welcome to the real life show, um, where I exist in real life and talk about real life things. Not sure if that's gonna be the sort of slogan for this show, but just freestyle that one. So maybe we'll stick with it and maybe not. But anyways, I'm here in Phuket, Thailand right now. Looking out over the ocean. That's the ocean over there. When I have such a massive body of water in front of me, I kind of like to treat it like stargazing. Kind of look out there at the horizon and try to figure out what could possibly be on the other side of that horizon. Now, to make this more exciting, you kind of have to pretend that you're like a peasant living 1,000 years ago, where you sort of wander along this shoreline and you're completely uneducated and oblivious to any sort of world geography. I want to live with less geographical knowledge. So when I look out at the horizon, anything could be out there. When you really think about it, change is basically like, or how do I say this? Travel is basically like change in cocaine form in some ways, It's an instant hit. All you have to do is just get a plane ticket to somewhere else and then just get dropped off in a completely different place, and then boom, you have change. It's super easy. It isn't very gradual. It's just straight into the bloodstream for a short period of time. Khaosan Road, please. What animal this is? And then all of a sudden, you're back home, and you come back to a place where everything still feels the same, and you're no longer on that sort of high of change, if that makes any sense. It's not like you can go up to the middle-aged white lady at the supermarket and greet her by saying "Sawadee Krap" or something, You can't just speak Thai to her. And a lot of that change, a lot of that growth you experience in a new place can kind of get lost on you when you return back home.
I wanna start from the top, maybe like a do-over. Replace the voices in my head with blind innocence.
While travel is a really easy way to get that quick shot of change and really embrace differences and experience a new culture, new food, new methods of transportation, things such as that. There will always be people who aren't ready to embrace change and may actually try to fight it. And in that case, they may come to Thailand and go to a Burger King, for example. So yeah, that's what we're about to do here. I'm up here on top of this on this hilltop, after a real strenuous hike, slightly to mildly concerned that I was gonna get bit by a cobra because I saw cobra anti-venom in the 7-Eleven yesterday, and I was like, dang, you guys have snakes out here? Sometimes change has to be induced by a life-changing experience, and I think I can really reflect on that now, because this right here was a life-changing experience in the way that I didn't bring any water with me, because I saw the Buddha up the hill and I was like, it looks far, but I feel like I could probably reach that in like 15 minutes or something. I didn't look too crazy, but what I underestimated was how hot it is and humid and how much you sweat in those conditions. And now I'm dehydrated because I don't have water. But it's not a bad thing, because I needed this experience to learn that I need to bring water with me when I do something like this. Like water is a very important resource that I can't take for granted. There's just so much moisture in the air right now that even if I tried to wipe off my camera right now, I'll give it a go. But even if I do this, it will probably take about 10 seconds for it to get all clouded up again. I wanted to read you guys something that really resonated with me yesterday, and I think it's pretty much on topic. So, we exist in an age of abundance, yet many of us rot from within. Never before has the civilized world been so well-fed, so sheltered, so free from the primal struggles that once defined existence, and never before has it been so consumed by misery, anger, and the biting angst of meaninglessness. Absorbed in comfort, we are restless. Drowning in excess, we are hollow. The statistics confirm what our souls already know. Despair has mysticized. Anxiety has become our natural state, and in the absence of real suffering, we have made a spectacle of our own discontent. Thanks for tuning into the Real Life Show.